Let's be real here, you guys. Everybody loves the idea of waking up with dolphins swimming past their dock, right? It sounds like straight up paradise. That's the dream image you see when you see on Instagram or TikTok or even Facebook. Coffee steaming in your hand, pelicans diving, and boats drifting off in the distance. But you know what? Here's the truth that nobody tells you. Waterfront living in Stuart just isn't about sunsets and sailboats. There are surprises, some expensive headaches, and lifestyle details you never think about until you actually live it. And that's what today's video is all about. I've lived here, I've helped clients buy here, and I've seen both the dream scenarios and the horror stories. So please stick around, because by the end you'll know exactly whether waterfront living in Stuart is perfectly your slice of paradise, or if it's a money pit that you're glad you avoided. Now here is some context. I've lived on the water, both on a canal system as well as wide water, and let me tell you guys, there is definitely differences between the both. So just so you know, I'm not out here just spitting some of the stuff that I read on ChatGPT. This is stuff that I've actually lived, so I can tell you exactly the things to be worried about and the things that you should be absolutely prepared for. But let me tell you this, waterfront living is absolutely amazing. Point number one, the dream versus reality of waterfront living. Now listen, when people picture waterfront living in Florida, they imagine this, sipping coffee on the dock, throwing in a line and catching dinner before work, or taking the boat out for a sunset cruise. Now yes, I'll be honest, all of that is extremely real. I've launched my kayak right from a backyard dock, caught a snook, and been back before the coffee pot was even empty. But here's the part most people don't think about. Waterfront living comes with responsibilities and consistent, constant maintenance. Seawalls, they don't last forever. In Stuart, most seawalls last around 20, 25, 30 years max. And when it's time to replace one, you're looking at anywhere between $50,000 and above $100,000 depending on the length. Now, that's not something Zillow puts in the listing description. They just talk about the waterfront stuff, but never talk about the maintenance. Now, salt air feels amazing, but it eats everything. Your car, your AC unit, everything. If it's not stainless steel or marine grade, it will absolutely corrode. I had one client buy a brand new outdoor kitchen setup, and within 2 years, the hinges were rusting and the doors were peeling. Now, even landscaping is different. Waterfront homes usually have more exposure to wind and salt spray, so you can't just plant anything and expect it to thrive. Palms and mangroves do fine, but delicate landscaping, forget about it. So yes, the dream is real, but it's like owning a boat. The lifestyle is incredible, but if you're not ready for upkeep, you'll be in for a rude awakening. This is not like just buying a regular single family home. Living on the water is much different. But let me tell you something, it's absolutely worth it. Part number two, types of waterfront properties here in Stuart. Not all waterfront homes are created equal. Stuart has a wide mix, and which one you choose really depends on your lifestyle. First, oceanfront homes on Hutchinson Island. These are the homes with direct Atlantic access. The ones where you walk out to the back door and you're standing in the sand looking at the beautiful ocean. They're absolutely stunning. You get these amazing front row sunrises, ocean breezes, and that raw beach lifestyle. But they're also some of the most expensive and most exposed properties you will ever find anywhere. Higher insurance, more risk during storms, and consistent salt spray. These are the people who want that I live at the beach feeling every single day. Now, let's talk about riverfront homes right along the St. Lucie River. These give you big, sweeping water views. Many have long boat docks for larger boats, and because the St. Lucie River connects the intercoastal and the ocean, it is prime location for serious boaters and amazing spots for fishing. If you got a 40-foot boat and you want to keep it behind your house, riverfront is your ticket. Then we have canal homes with ocean access. These are the most practical and probably the most popular for year-round residents. You get your dock, you can fish right from your backyard, and you're often only just minutes from the inlet. But here's the catch, bridges. Some canals have fixed bridges with low clearance, so if you've got a tall boat, you may be stuck. That's why it's so incredibly critical to check bridge heights before you buy, and make sure you check them at high tide, not low tide. And now finally, there's lagoon and intercoastal homes. These sit along calmer waters like the Indian River Lagoon, which is one of the most biodiverse estuaries in North America. I have another video just on that. You're likely to see dolphins, manatees, and over 800 species of fish right from your dock. Now these properties are perfect for people who want peace, paddleboarding, kayaking, and wildlife. So which one is the best for you? Think of it like a menu, I guess. Oceanfront is for beauty, riverfront is for boating, canals for convenience, and lagoon for calm. It It really is that simple. Point number 3, the lifestyle benefits. Now, here's the fun part. Living on the water in Stuart changes your entire lifestyle. You don't have to plan a big weekend trip just to get on the water. It's literally your backyard. You want to fish for tarpon? Walk outside. Want to watch the dolphins? Grab your coffee and sit on your deck. It truly is amazing to live outside on the water. You finish work, hop on your boat, and you're at Shrimpers or Tide House having dinner on the water right before the sun sets. That's just normal life here. Weekends mean sandbar gatherings at the Stuart Sandbar or cruising down to Jupiter. And if you got kids, tubing and wakeboarding becomes part of your family time, along with one of my favorite activities, fishing. And beyond the water, Stuart itself is built around this small coastal town feel. We got Jam and Jensen every Thursday night in Jensen Beach, seafood festivals, waterfront farmers and markets, and neighbors who wave when they pass you on the river. It truly is that small town vibe, but you have that paradise element as well. Add living on the water, and that's a whole other element of wonderful. The lifestyle isn't just about owning waterfront, it's about joining a community where the water is at the center of everything. Part 4, the cost and hidden expenses. Insurance is really the big one. Most waterfront homes require 3 types: homeowners, flood, and windstorm coverage. On a $1 million riverfront home, you could easily spend between $9,000 and $20,000 per year. If you're oceanfront, it could be even more. Now, maintenance is another expense people forget. Seawalls, docks, and lifts, they don't last forever, and as we talked about, salt air eats everything. A dock replacement could be as easy as $25,000 or higher, especially if you add a boat lift. Seawalls can run $40,000 to well over $100,000. Then you got property taxes. Because waterfront homes appraise higher, you'll pay more each year. And unlike maintenance, taxes don't go away. If your home is in a gated community or an HOA, expect dues. Some are light, like $700 a year for road and entrance maintenance. Others, like luxury waterfront HOAs, can run thousands annually for security, marinas, and clubhouses. So yes, the sunsets and views of the dolphins are free, but the lifestyle isn't cheap. If you're planning on buying waterfront, budget for those extra expenses. Point number 5, the risks, which means storms, flooding, and insurance. Here's the part some people get nervous about: hurricanes and flooding. Florida is a hurricane state, and Stuart is no exception. If your home is in a FEMA flood zone, you'll definitely need flood insurance. Now, the cost depends heavily on your elevation, which is why getting an elevation certificate is absolutely key when you purchase these homes. Now, newer homes are built much tougher, so you got impact glass, metal roofs, raised foundations, and all of these make a huge difference. Now, most locals add shutters, generators, and storm prep plans. It's just a part of the lifestyle, especially if you're living on the water. So yes, storms are a risk, but people here don't panic. They prepare. It's just a trade-off for living out here in paradise. That leads us in 2.6, navigating waterfront communities. Another thing to know, not all waterfront neighborhoods are the same. Now, take Sailfish Point, for example. Luxury, gated with its own marina, golf course, and private beach club. It's incredible, but it's also extremely pricey and very rule heavy. Then you've got North River Shores, completely different vibe. It's a very, very small HOA. It's laid back, and people keep their crab traps and their paddleboards right on the dock without anybody caring. So the key question isn't just, do I want waterfront? It's what kind of waterfront community matches my lifestyle. That's something that you'll have to sit down and figure out, but I'm also there to help you out as well. Point number 7, who waterfront living is and isn't for. Here's me being brutally honest, you guys. Waterfront living is not for everyone. It's perfect if you love boating, fishing, entertaining, or just being outside every single day. If you want to walk outside and feel connected to the water, this is absolute paradise. But if you don't like maintenance, if humidity makes you crazy, or if you want a lock and leave vacation home where you don't really have to worry about the upkeep, this might not be the best fit for you. Waterfront homes requires work, but the work, in my opinion, is definitely well worth it. Think of it like owning a high-performance sports car. It's thrilling, it's beautiful, it's fun, but you've got to take care of it to truly take advantage of everything that it has to offer. The exact same can be said with waterfront living. Point number 8, insider tips for buying waterfront homes in Stuart. Yes, I am the insider. Now, let me give you some insider tips that can save you big time. Number 1, always inspect the seawall, dock, and pilings. If they're failing, that's a 6-figure problem. I don't care if the house is brand new and they say that the seawall and the dock is brand new, make sure you check it out. I have helped and seen so many people where they thought they were getting something and then all of a sudden they got the complete opposite of what they were getting, and it was a huge 6-figure problem. Make sure you get all of the outdoor equipment checked by an inspector that specializes in marine equipment. Not just a regular inspector, they have to be an inspector that specializes in marine equipment. Number 2, ask for an elevation certificate. It impacts your flood insurance insurance directly. Most people already have it since they bought the house, but if not, when you purchase the home, ask to have an elevation certificate drawn up. Number 3, check bridge clearances if you're a boater. Write down your boat's height and compare it to the bridges near your canal. I have seen so many people that have not done this, and they have been so incredibly upset because they can't take their boat out unless it's low tide. And like I said at the beginning, when you measure the distance between the top of your boat and the bottom of the bridge, make sure you do it at high tide, not low tide. Now, number 4, look at the waterway itself. Some canals sit in and require dredging. Others have strong currents that make docking it completely tricky, if not impossible. And number 5, work with a local who knows the waterways. This isn't just cookie cutter real estate, you guys. Waterfront in Stuart is its own animal, and you need somebody who has lived it and who has been through it and who has sold an awful lot of waterfront properties in his career. And I'm telling you, that's me. So, is waterfront living in Stuart paradise or pain? Honestly, it's a mix of both. The lifestyle's unmatched, but it comes with costs, risks, and responsibilities. Now, if you're the right fit, it's worth every single penny. If you're serious about exploring waterfront living here in Stuart, I would love to help. I live here, I work here, and I help families and retirees find their perfect spot on the water. Now, if you find this video helpful, please do me a favor, hit that like button, drop a comment with your question, and make sure you subscribe for more insider tips about Stuart and our wonderful Treasure Coast. And if you're ready to make the move, my contact information is below. Let's find you a home that puts the water right in your backyard. As always, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Boom!